What's up, boys? It's your boy Deegan Talks. Welcome back. So it's been a while since I uploaded a video, and I'm really sorry for that. I've just been really busy with different shit. Anyway, we're back. I'm gonna try and keep it as consistent as I can during this part of the NBA season, because it's coming to an end and it's gonna go into off season. And it's gonna be very dry to make videos, but I'll try. We've got the playoffs nearly ending soon. We're in the conference finals. So yeah. Anyway, so as you guys know, around a week ago, the draft lottery was happened, and it got me thinking about who would be the best fit on the Detroit Pistons since they got the #1 pick. So here I am. I'm making this video about who I think Detroit should choose with their pick. I know that the Pistons have had bad history when it comes to drafting players. For example, taking Darko Milicic over players like Carmelo Anthony or Dwayne Wade back in 2003, or taking Stanley Johnson with the 8th overall pick in 2015 when Devin Booker or Miles Turner was still available. But I hope this year they don't screw it up, and I'm hoping they can turn it around. And I'm here to offer my take on who they should pick. So I did do some research on a few players that I really thought, okay, they could be the #1 pick or close to. So the three players that I chose to look at were Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, and Jalen Green. So I want to look at these three players. I wanted to, assess their game, see their strengths, their weaknesses, what they can improve on, and then finally choose who I think would be best at Detroit. So let's start off with Cade Cunningham. So Cade played his college season for Oklahoma State. He averaged 20 points, 6 boards, 4 assists, and shot 43% from the field and 40% from three. So Cade is a 6'8" point guard, I believe, with a 7'1" wingspan. He can facilitate and he can score. So his strengths are his playmaking, his IQ, his three-point shot, his shot creating ability, and his defensive potential. He likes to play kind of like a fierce offense. He usually finishes tough layups in traffic, very aggressive, and can create space between himself and the defender, for a pull-up, for a jumper. Whilst he is a good player and he can get past the defender most of the times, he does struggle with handling the ball when under pressure. For example, he'll get put in a box if there's a really good defender on him. He can't really get around him, which either results in a bad shot or a bad pass. So another weakness Cade has is the amount of turnovers he has in a game. He averages 4 turnovers a game. This is probably because he probably does have the ball in his hands the most, and because he does force a lot of passes that don't need to be made. He isn't the most athletic player, but it doesn't stop him from getting buckets. Like, he's still aggressive. He still finishes tough layups and floaters, and so on. A current player I'd probably compare him to is Jason Tatum. Just because of the similar play style, I do see it a lot in his game. From the step backs to the the tough floaters in traffic. The next player I want to talk about was Evan Mobley. Mobley's a 7-foot center with a long ass wingspan. I think it was 7'4" wingspan. He loves to block shots. That's basically his main game, is blocking shots, playing defense. So Evan played for USC this year. He averaged 16 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 blocks per game. Evan's a very skilled center. He has many strengths to his game, some of these strengths being his rim protection, his defensive IQ, his offensive skill set, and his shooting potential. Mobley's ability to hedge and switch on defense while still being able to get back and block the center who's cutting, it's amazing. He averaged 3 blocks a game and only 1 foul a game, which shows that Evan is one of those centers that can contest a shot without fouling, which is what a lot of centers nowadays and in the past struggle to do so. The one thing that really shocked me when actually watching him play is he's really good at handling the ball for his size. He can actually create a shot for himself, and he can actually dribble. Another really good aspect of part of his game is his cutting, and he's especially in the pick and roll. He's really good in the pick and roll. He knows when and where to cut. He's ready for a chest pass or a lob. Really good lob threat. So a few things that he needs to work on before playing in the NBA is obviously his weight. For his size, he's quite underweight. I think he's like 98 kilograms. For 7-footer, that's really underweight. For example, Joel Embiid, he's the exact same height and weighs 30 kilos more. Another thing that he'll need to work on is guarding post players. He gets scored on the most in the post, whether that be a post hook shot or a fadeaway. but if Mobley can gain more muscle and work on his post defense, he'll have a great career in the NBA. A player I'd compare him to is probably Chris Bosh because of his versatility, being able to cut, how quick he is on his feet, how good his footwork is. So yeah, I'd probably compare him to Chris Bosh. He's very similar to him. He has that esque about him. And the final player I wanted to talk about was Jalen Green. So Jalen played in the G League this year. He averaged 18 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, and shot 46% from the field and 37% from 3. So Jalen's a 6'6" explosive scorer who can score at any place on the court. His major strengths are his athleticism, his ability to create shots, and his shooting potential. There are a few players as athletic as Jalen. He can finish on both feet, and his ability to hang in the air and finish contested plays is crazy. He's legit a human highlight reel. He's one of the best transitional players in this draft class. When I'm watching I always see him leaking out, ready for a dunk in transition when they get the board. Yes, he's athletic. He's really athletic, but he's also able to create a shot for himself. Yeah, he loves to take a fade away from the elbow, I've seen. But the major problem with Green is his physique. He only weighs 82 kilograms, which creates many problems for him and his team, especially on the defensive end, and especially switching to bigger players when he does. He's going to get bullied in that paint. If there's a big guy on him, he's going to get bullied unless he gains more muscle or gains more weight. So yeah, also another thing that isn't the best about his game is he's not the most consistent player. One night he'll go off and he'll shoot well, and then the next night he'll shoot terribly and have a bad game. An NBA comparison I'd give Jalen Green is Zach LaVine because of his scoring ability and his athleticism. Now that we've discussed all these three players, I think it's time to choose who I think is best for Detroit. So, Detroit obviously have some young, promising players such as Sadiq Bey and Isaiah Stewart, who both made all-rookie teams this year. Isaiah Stewart is a center, and I think letting him develop would be probably the smartest decision for Detroit. Don't really think that they need to keep getting centers, even though Mason Plumlee's not the best. I think giving Isaiah Stewart a few more minutes might help. So I honestly think rule out Evan Mobley just because of that reason. I also think Detroit need to focus more on their defense than anything, and I think Cade Cunningham is a more promising defender than Jalen Green. So I believe, honestly, that Detroit should take Cade Cunningham with the first overall pick this year. So I just wanted to give my opinion on who I think they should take. I'm going to say Cade Cunningham. We'll see in the next month or so who they actually do take. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was short, and I'm hoping I can keep uploading videos for you guys. So yeah, please subscribe, like this video, comment on this video if you have any suggestions for future videos, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.